everybody, welcome to another recap of Survivor Redemption Island. Oh my god, just when you don't think it could get any better, it got better. Alright, so at Redemption Island is Matt, Mike, and David, and what's a duel between three people? Actually, it's a duel among three people, and it's still a duel. So at Merlonio, Philip is making a headband, and he's talking in some weird tongues languages that he kind of made up, or he says something about being a Buddhist. I don't think it was Buddhist. But now, he's an Indian chief. He made a little peony cover with his buff, and he's got 2 feathers now in his headband. Pretty official, right? So the food situation is that Zapatera has a bunch of rice, and Philip wants it because, you know, the numbers of Zapatera are going down, so they're going to have more rice proportionally to people, so they can eat as much as they want. That's not okay with Philip. He's got a plan to redistribute the rice. Sound familiar? Okay. It's duel time and everybody gets to go see it again. 150 wooden tiles for each person, and they have to build an 8-foot house of wooden tile cards. The first 2 stay, and the loser ends up going to the jury to be the first member of the jury. Mike built his up pretty quickly, but it took him a long time to get that last level on, but he actually did it. And then Matt came in second, so that makes him a 7-time winner in a row for the duel. David, unfortunately, was sent to the jury. Alright, so back at camp, the Ometepe rice, it turns out, is full of maggots. And Andrea went through the rice painstakingly and pulled out all the bad rice and pretty much sorted it out. I mean, what else do they have to do, right? She asked if they could put their rice in Zapatera's canister, and they were like, no, we don't want your rice mixed with our rice. So, okay, that's their prerogative. But Philip freaks out. He had a major freak out, and he threatens to take Zapatera's rice. And then he starts threatening Zapatera. Things escalated pretty quickly, and the race card was played by Philip. On the Zapatella tribe. What is wrong with him? I don't know how he possibly could have been a federal agent, because he can't even get people's names right. I mean, aren't they supposed to be all observant? Alright, so he continues with the whole black-white deal, and if that wasn't enough, he pulls out the N-word. This was like totally out of left field. I don't know where this came from. I mean, I'm sure if Andrea had carried on like him about them not letting them use the rice canister, they would have called her crazy as well. So Philip's got a log on his shoulder. It's not a chip, it's a log. Then they showed him running around in his Indian costume. Isn't that precious? He's like a little kid. You know when you have little kids and you take them out to the store or whatever, and they're like, can I dress up in my underoos or my Batman costume or whatever? That's Philip. He never grew up. I don't know if he ever will either. So it's time for the immunity challenge. It's a 2-level progressive puzzle challenge. There's a puzzle wheel, and then whoever makes it to the final round gets to do an even bigger puzzle wheel. So the first 6 move on, and Ashley, Natalie, and Philip didn't make the cut. Sorry, kids. And Rob ends up winning because, I mean, come on, nobody can beat Rob at puzzles. David might have, but he's already gone. Julie is feeling a little feisty, so she decides that she's going to take Philip's trunks and bury them. So, hello! Philip's swim trunks have been kidnapped. Let's get Federal Agent Philip Shepard on the trail of the kidnapper. He tells everyone that he can play that game. He's trying to play it off. I know he just wants to go sit in the corner and cry. He starts interrogating everybody, but not like a regular person would, like Philip would. You from the big house? Are you from the big house? Alright, so at Tribal Council, Philip says Steve stole his clothes. Okay? And he knows it for a fact because he used his deductive skills from being in the federal agency. So then, you know, the talk turns to the rice situation. Jeff was very intrigued. He started probsting around, and he got the whole racial story out of everyone. And he deduced it down to, when Steve calls me crazy, he's calling me the N-word, which is so ridiculous, it's not even funny. Thanks a lot, Richard Pryor. You ruined it for everyone now. All right, so then Philip asks Jeff if he knows what it's like to be a woman. And Jeff says, no, Philip, I do not. He should have said no, and neither do you, Philip, so you can't even speak on that. But Jeff sorts it out. He kind of made sense out of it, but I'm still not buying it. I just think Philip needs to be in a mental hospital somewhere. Either that or he's playing an amazing, crazy card. It's time for the vote. And let me just ask, can Ralph spell anyone's name correctly? I don't even know if he knows how to spell his own name. I hope that's put on too, because I'd hate to think anybody's that lame. For real. Julie unfortunately is voted out, which makes me very sad because I'm really... Well, you know what? I do want to see Philip go and I don't want to see Philip go. He's just out of control right now. So like when you cross the line into like crazy and you're out of control, it's not funny anymore. It's just sad. So I'm sorry, Philip. I think you really need to get some professional help. Next time on Survivor, Philip has his best day and Matt, well, he just turns to the guy in the Footprints poem. You know what I'm talking about. Till next time, much love.